Malacanang says President Bongbong Marcos and the rest of the government's executive branch are willing to undergo a lifestyle check. Marcos earlier ordered a lifestyle check for government officials, beginning with those involved in flood control projects. Some lawmakers have called on the president to include himself in this initiative. In response, Palace Press Officer Claire Castro says Marcos is ready to do so.
Ang Pangulo, ang buong ehekutibo ay ready for lifestyle check. So wag po tayong lumayo sa issue. Ang issue po ngayon ay tuligsain at habulin ang mga involved sa flood control projects. So wag po natin ibahin at wag tayong medyo mamulitika patungkol dito.
According to Castro, Marcos is also open to disclosing his statements of assets, liabilities, and net worth as part of the lifestyle check if deemed necessary. Senate Deputy Minority Leader Risa Hontiveros earlier said she expects Marcos to undergo a lifestyle check, adding that it would carry more weight if he also released his salad. ACT Teachers Representative Antonio Tino and Kabataan Representative Rene Co echoed Hontiveros' sentiment. The combined lawmakers said Marcos' refusal to undergo a lifestyle check would suggest a lack of transparency in the ongoing probe. During a palace briefing on August 27, Castro said the lifestyle check would be carried out by the agencies themselves while assuring transparency in the results. The palace officials stressed that Marcos is determined to hold accountable officials who are proven to be involved in the questionable projects. Public Works Secretary Manuel Bonoan is ordering the suspension of personal overseas travel for all officials and employees of the Department of Public Works and Highways. This comes amid the ongoing investigation into alleged irregularities in flood control projects. Based on a memorandum dated August 29, the approval of all applications for authority to travel abroad for personal reasons is suspended except in cases of urgent medical need. Suspension is effective immediately and will last until November 2025 unless circumstances warrant earlier lifting of the suspension or its extension. According to Bonoan, the order was made in light of ongoing validation of DPWH projects. Bonoan says the suspension is consistent with the Civil Service Commission's omnibus rules on leave and relevant issuances. He adds that the rules state that travel authority for personal travel is discretionary and that the agency has the authority to regulate foreign travel. Earlier, President Bongbong Marcos ordered a lifestyle check on all government officials, starting with those in the DPWH. This is part of the administration's intensified efforts to investigate controversial flood control projects in the country. Marcos previously issued a stern warning that no one will be spared in the government's crackdown against individuals involved in questionable flood control projects. The Office of the Vice President says Vice President Sara Duterte is ready to face Congress to defend her office's proposed budget for 2026 if her schedule allows it. The House of Representatives is set to deliberate on the OVP's budget on September 12 and 15. In a chance interview on Friday, August 29, OVP spokesperson Ruth Castelo says the schedule has already been pencil-booked in Duterte's calendar. Castelo adds that Duterte's attendance will also depend on the commitments she already made. Asked what Duterte would do if the House compelled her to attend, Castelo responds that the Vice President is ready anytime. Castelo then explains that other officials of the OVP will attend the hearing. She says this will include the OVP's finance officers, human resources, assistant secretary, and undersecretary. However, Castelo said that no one from the House Appropriations Committee has approached the OVP yet to sponsor their budget before the lower chamber. Last year, the OVP's proposed budget for 2025 was cut down from about 2 billion pesos to around 700 million pesos. House lawmakers decided to reduce the OVP's budget after Duterte repeatedly refused to answer their queries concerning the use of public funds. Duterte is accused of misusing both the Department of Education and the OVP's funds from 2022 to 2024. Former Philippine National Police Chief General Nicolas Torre III tells supporters not to pity him after being abruptly removed as the top cop earlier this week. In a video posted on his social media, Torre says he is doing okay even after he was relieved from his post. He adds that if anyone should be pitied, it would be victims of persistent flooding in the country.
Salamat din sa mga naawa sa akin, ngunit hinihiling ko sa inyo, huwag niyo akong kaawaan. In spite of my abrupt removal as Chief of the Philippine National Police, okay po ako. Kung meron man tayong dapat kaawaan, iyon ay ang milyon-milyon nating mga kababayan na paulit-ulit na nagiging biktima ng palagiang pagbaha. Sila ang tunay na nangangailangan ng tulong at kalinga sa panahon ngayon, sapagkat hindi naman sila ang dapat laging nagdudusa at naghihirap tuwing tagulan.
President Bongbong Marcos ordered Torres relief on Tuesday, August 26. Torre's removal from his post follows a dispute with the National Police Commission over his assignment of 13 third-level PNP officials. Nevertheless, Malacanang confirmed on August 27 that President Bongbong Marcos offered Torre another position in government but was still awaiting his response. In his video message, Torre emphasizes that he harbors no ill feelings towards the president.
Inuulit ko na wala akong sama ng loob sa ating Pangulo. Nauunawaan ko na kailangan niyang gumawa ng mga mabibigat na desisyon. At ang pagkaalis ko bilang Chief of the Philippine National Police ay isa lamang sa mga ito. Pulis pa rin naman ako, and I serve and I still continue to serve at the pleasure of the President and of our country.
Former PNP Deputy Chief for Administration Lieutenant General Jose Melencio Nartates Jr. was appointed to replace Torre. Nartates immediately assumed office on Tuesday as the PNP's acting chief.